if you're all mine. You and me for all time. I'm never, ever, ever gonna be alone again. The dream team, you and me.
Fuck you.
For all eternity!
No.
It's Ghost and Molly McGee.
Shut up.
James. Jay, fuck. You messed it up. The Ghost and Molly McGee. Whatever. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are going to be diving into the Ghost and Molly McGee.
The Ghost and Molly McGee.
That's what I just said.
You said the Ghost of Molly McGee.
Whatever. Ghost and Molly McGee. Anyway. So yeah, we finally got Disney Plus, even though we have sucky internet right now, so...
We have hotspots. Which
yeah.
is terrible. Oh my god.
But
Can't stand it.
But the good thing is we now have Disney Plus, so... Be prepared for us to do a bunch of stuff from there.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Can't wait.
I'm excited. Anyway, honey, why don't you tell them what the Ghost of Molly McGee is about?
It's a cartoon. It's about a slice of life about a ghost and a girl who are cursed to become friends together and adventures. Yes.
Basically,
like,
yeah.
like that. Like I. It's just cartoons. They're cartoons. Like they don't have any plot to them. They're cartoons.
But yeah, basically the gist of it is a ghost named Scratch has a family of the McGees moving in. He ends up cursing the daughter Molly by accident.
Can haunt her forever.
Which means they can be friends forever in her eyes.
Yes.
And it's basically about the two of them going through life and the struggles of going through middle school.
Middle school. Yes.
But yeah, so what did you think of the show? Because this was the first time I've ever seen it, but I've heard a lot about it. But I cannot talk. What did you think about it, honey? What are your thoughts? You get to go first.
Well, all I knew about it was that, all I knew about is there was some grade A voice actors that were in here, and I kind of remind me a little bit of just, the average kids cartoon of, imaginary friends, imaginary friends, or in, type of scenario that's, slice of life shit that... There's just a lot of cartoons nowadays. So I guess it was just I guess that's why I was just kind of meh on seeing it, because first impressions mean a lot to me. If I'm not really impressed by a lot of things by your show, I'm probably not going to end up watching it anyway. I know you say that's well, you gotta watch the show. I'm just I don't need to watch every show in the world. And it's it's fine. I'm happy when something can be good and stuff like that. It's just I would classify this as a little bit better than I expected it being, but it's a solid, good cartoon. Do I think that it's do I think that it's
revolutionary?
Well, I guess you could say that, but I like it. I like it a lot. And there's nothing wrong with a show like this. There's nothing wrong with it at all. For me, if I were to put this on a scale of shows, it would fall into the middle category, I guess you could say. A lot of shows fall into the middle category for me, though. There's only a few shows I would ever classify as,
top tier,
and even fewer shows that I would count as just plain bad. Because a lot of them just fall into the middle tier for me, and I just end up, just kind of falling out at some point. This has turned me more into, how I just dissect shows than anything. But... I this is more for you than it is for me, so
it's for both of us.
Yeah, but I should let you talk because you like this shit more.
personally, I think this is a pretty good show. Like, I didn't know what to expect going into it, and I think it's a pretty nice slice of life. But it goes, like, on a different twist of it, in my opinion. I feel like they actually get to go into some deep topics in some episodes, and you get to, like, you know, experience different characters and different backgrounds and stuff, because one of the things that I never knew about this show is that Molly and her family are technically Taiwanese. So you get to see a little bit of their culture in this, as well as, you know, the type of stuff they talk about. Like, their grandma still lives in Taiwan and stuff, but they come in, like, for an episode, and you get to see, like, some of the cultural stuff that they go through, which I think is nice, because we don't get to
say Taiwan?
Taiwanese. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it.
Did you say it comes from Taiwan?
Yeah, that's a country.
Oh.
That's a country, honey.
Taiwan. It's been a while.
Anyway,
I thought you were saying Thailand for some reason, and I was like, I was gonna correct you, but then you corrected me and saying Taiwanese was I'm
pretty sure that's what it is. You know, like...
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Anyway,
But if I just got those two, just... they're different cultures entirely, and I just found out by being a one-note pony. I don't know.
You're fine. But anyway, you get to see a lot of, like, their culture and stuff, which is something that I personally have never seen in a cartoon. And I think it's neat getting to see different kinds of... I'm like how cartoons nowadays are not afraid to...
They used to do it back then. It's just like... You don't see it... You didn't see it as much anymore because it was reruns.
Still.
You don't see it, like...
Can I finish my thought, though?
Okay, let me say this real quick. It's like, well, now they can do this now. It's because you didn't see those episodes. You didn't see those episodes because most of the episodes you saw were reruns. That goes for every single motherfucker who grew up with these cartoons in the 90s.
Anyway, like, I like that we get to see different cultures being explored, which is something that I'm happy that they're doing, because it gives us more variety, more chances to learn about different cultures, and be more open-minded about things. I think it's a good thing.
I'm not saying it wasn't a good thing.
I know, but I'm just saying it's a good thing to have, especially, like, in a modern cartoon. So, like, another thing I do want to mention about it is that, like, we also get to see different, like, aspects when it comes to, like, the ghost world in this cartoon
show.
In this show. Like, we don't get to explore too much of it, but we get to explore, like, a tiny little bit of it, which I think is a nice thing. We get to see a little bit of, like, where Scratch came from, but we don't really get to see, like, his origin, in a sense, which I'm hoping that they eventually do for the next season, because this...
I don't give a fuck.
Well, I would like to know a little bit.
Sorry, it's a ghost. That's it. Ghost rules. That's it. I don't... Why?
Well, I like to have...
I wouldn't care. Like, I don't want another... I don't want another Star Versus. Oh my god. I don't want another Star Versus. You have no idea how much I don't want that right now.
I know, honey, but it's not Star Versus.
Yeah, but I don't want that. I don't want that. And, like, look, I wouldn't fear this if it wasn't the Disney Channel. I wouldn't fear this if it wasn't from that corporation. I wouldn't fear this. If it was from something like Cartoon Network, I would trust it a little bit more, but I don't.
Anyway.
It's just the Disney Channel, dude. It's the fucking Disney Channel. I can't. I can't give them a choice. It better not. I don't want them doing it.
Okay, let's talk about some of our favorite elements from, like, the season. So currently there's only one season, but supposedly it did get renewed for a second season. We just don't know when it's coming out yet. But the season has, like, 10 episodes, so let's just kind of talk about, like, briefly some of our favorite things about the 10 episodes we've watched, which were divided each into, like, 15-minute segments. So basically we got, like, a bunch of shorts put into, like, one cartoon. So why don't you talk about your favorite things first? What were some of your favorite things about this show?
well, I like Libby. She's a good character. The expressions are really on point.
Especially whenever we had to pause.
No, especially for, like, I guess a cartoon that looks like this, a mindless cartoon. I wouldn't expect that. I don't know, it reminds me a little bit of... It reminds me of, like, the old...
The old what? Well...
What's that show? Foster's Home?
Yeah, it kind of has that vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it
Just
has...
let it be a Foster's Home. That's it. I don't want anything. Did Foster's Home ever have, like, a dark storyline? Like,
Not really.
Exactly. It was just a fun cartoon. Just let it be that. I don't, like, if I have
know
that for
that.
a good 3 seasons or 2 seasons, I'm good. I don't need to watch any more of that.
I
It's
know.
fine.
Like, I don't want to go into, like, here's my thing. I don't want to go, like, into deep lore about it, but I would at least like to know, at least, like, you know, what he was like when he was alive. But that's, like, really it. It doesn't...
slob. That's it. That's it. He's a slob. He was probably a slob in real life. He's probably a slob as a ghost. That's it. Slob. What like, the expressions are on point. Libby's a good character. It's kind of funny. I'm not going to say it's, like...
The most hilarious thing in the world.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
But it is funny, though.
It's kind of funny. A little bit, sometimes. It's a cartoon.
Okay.
Would I watch more episodes? Probably, yeah. But I probably wouldn't watch. I don't know. It's like, for me, it's like, I guess as I get older, it's just kind of a little bit harder to get into cartoons a little bit. I still like them. I still have an aspiration for them, to be sure. I just, like, sometimes I feel like, well, you know, it's an episodic cartoon, and it's like I can watch it. All right, and, you know, as long as it's entertaining and funny, then I don't really care. But it's like, it gets harder to speak about this when, like, there's some cartoons that, like, follow similar beats that you could just say it for pretty much any cartoon. So, yeah, I can't really say anything that's, like, I can't really say much that's, like, different from any other show, really.
You just think it's average.
It's average. That's just it. I can't think of anything that's, like, qualifies as something that's different than, like, you know, the average cartoon.
Okay.
That's
so,
my thing.
I know something you definitely pointed out was that, which I didn't expect either, kind of going into it, even though I've kind of seen a couple storyboards of it when it first came out about, like, this, but I was surprised they had a lot more musical segments than I thought they were going to do. So, what did you think of the musical segments? Because I personally thought it gave me Phineas and Ferb vibes.
I don't think they were needed.
Some of them were good, though.
Yeah, but I don't think they were needed because it's weird. The characters aren't singing, but it's a musical show, and it's just like, most of the time you don't get the characters just singing. And I would have preferred it better. When they started singing in, like, the 7th episode, I was like, okay, it's kind of, why didn't you just start this from the beginning? I kind of want to give you a negative point for that, because why would you not have your characters sing in a musical show that's obviously trying to like, put a musical number in every single episode? Why would you?
Well, there was a couple that
sing?
did, though.
Yeah, but not all of them, and I kind of need to give it a little bit of a, because it's weird.
You just wish that... Okay, you liked it, but you wish that...
Yes, I wish the characters actually sung, because it's weird. It's just... It's montage music, which... I don't need a song every, like...
Episode.
I don't need a song every episode. I know, but musical shows, that's like, you have the characters sing. It's like I get it, Phineas and Ferb stuff, but... I don't know, it wasn't like variety. It's just...
Montage music.
Montage.
Okay, so you like the way that they did it, but you wish they could have done it a little bit differently. That's kind of what I'm getting from it.
You did not say anything that was intelligent in that sentence whatsoever. You wish it could have, wish, you liked how they done it, but you wish they could have done it differently. That is so vague. Look, I don't mind a musical show. I just commit to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Commit to it.
Okay, so...
I feel like I didn't let you talk. You can talk for
I'm about to do that.
A couple hours. I don't care.
Hey. Anyway, so stuff I liked about it. I like the characters. I feel like this show is really character driven, but they make Molly very likable in my opinion. I enjoyed.
She's a child.
I know, but like, she's got a good personality. I also like how her and Libby bounce off each other in a lot of ways, along with Molly and Scratch bouncing off a lot of ways, and eventually Libby and Scratch bouncing off a little bit. I think it's nice that we actually get to have that kind of thing. And just, I like Molly's friendship with them. I feel like it's very wholesome. I feel like it has a lot of like good potential to it, which I think is great. Like, it's great to have like kids cartoons, go into like different topics and stuff. I don't really have a favorite character. I kind of lean more toward Molly and Libby, personally. Mm-hmm. With Andrea a little bit, but it depends on the scene. She was kind of funny, though. But, anyway. I didn't mind the musical montages, but I agree with you. I feel like they should have just had the characters sing instead of just montage music for, like, the first half of the season. I feel like they could have done a little bit better with that, but... I didn't mind the musical elements to it. The animation is pretty colorful, and I liked a lot of like the scenes where her and Scratch are kind of like in like a fantasy kind of world. I just feel like there's a lot of potential with that. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy we get to have some of that because it makes the show a lot more creative in that aspect. So...
I will say this, I like the, whenever the cynical is paired with the oblivious.
Yeah.
I like that, but that's just a trope I like in general, so... And it's used a lot. It's almost overwhelming. It's almost an overused trope, but I like it, so... Yeah. It's fine.
Okay, so what are some things you dislike about it? Or, okay, look, so how about this? What are some things you dislike about it, but that you want to be improved on for season 2?
Actually come in and be a musical... I guess. Jokes and musicals. That's it. That's
really all you want improved on?
That's it. Just jokes and musicals. That's it.
Okay, well, I guess... What are some other stuff you look... And I kind of agree with you with that when it comes to, like, the negatives. I don't really have too many negatives on it, but I do agree with you. If they want to do, like, a musical aspect, they need to commit to it better. Because you either want to have good montage music or you want to have characters singing. You got to pick one. You can't do both. Or at least as much as they're doing. You got to pick one. But then again, it's season 1. They're trying to find their footing. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really surprised. I am kind of sad that it did end on a holiday episode. I wish they could have done another episode that wasn't a holiday one after that. But... I will admit, though, I did like that we actually get to see more Hanukkah stuff, which I think is good. I like to, learn about stuff like that. And I feel like people should be able to learn about stuff like that because we mostly have Christmas and, like, everything. And they did have a Christmas episode in this, which was nice. But I'm glad we actually got to see Hanukkah or other, like, holidays, like, represented in this. Because I don't feel like Hanukkah gets enough rep. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of sad. Not that there's anything wrong with Christmas, but you got to have some variety in there, especially for people that don't celebrate it. Not everyone celebrates it. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to have something else. But anyway, I do agree with your points on what could be improved on for season 2. But what are some other things you look forward to season 2? Because this season only had like 10 episodes. But they were divided into like 15-minute segments. So, is there any characters you want to see? Is there any kind of, like, stuff you want explored in season 2 that you can think of?
No.
You're fine with who they have?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess the only things I kind of look forward to season 2 would be, I would like to see some other stuff explored within it. Like, I guess, I kind of want to learn a little bit more about Libby and stuff like that. And I do want to learn about, like, Andrea a little bit more. Because we mostly get to focus on Molly and her family, which I know they're the main characters. But I also do want to learn a little bit more about some of the other characters in it. And I would like to learn a little bit more about Scratch. Because, like, to me, he can be annoying at times, but that's kind of his character. He's, like, the cynical...
Yeah, but I like my one-note tropes, please. And
I know you do.
I like my one-note trope. Like, sometimes it's like, if you started getting to every fucking background, and the background character in a whole fucking town, then I'm just like, why? Why am I watching this anymore? That was the same fucking problem I had with Steven Universe.
You didn't like that background characters got explored?
No, what the fuck? Why did I need to know about that? I didn't. And also, I just didn't like the main characters either, so maybe that's just the fucking...
Well, not everything's like
problem.
Steven Universe, honey.
Oh, I know.
You gotta, like, understand, like, we're past that
And
now.
I hope fucking not. I hope...
Jade, we're past that.
Yeah, I hope we are. Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Anyway, so...
I hope so.
So, yeah, like I said before we give our, like, ratings for this... But yeah, there is 10 episodes for this season, and all the episodes are on Disney Plus.
Sorry, why do you have to? Why do you do that? Why do you like why do you like, just
I like people to know where to find it at, so that way they, like, have a good idea.
It's a show. They can find it. They're not babies.
I do it to help.
They're not babies.
Whatever. That's just my thing.
Your
I like to
mom
help.
probably has an account.
Shush.
Your grandma, your dog, like someone. Anybody has an account. Like, yeah, it's like, okay, it's a show. Go watch it if you're interested.
But yeah, I do suggest giving the show...
See, I'm the cynical one, and you're the nice one. And this is how we work off each other.
Anyway. But yeah, it's on Disney Plus if you want to go watch it. I do recommend the show. I think it's a good, like, slice of life if you're looking to watch something, wholesome and stuff. I think it's a good show. No idea when season 2 will be out, but would you want to do a review on season 2? Because I definitely would.
Probably. If it's interesting.
Yeah, me too.
Because I did not say much, so I'm assuming it's going to be the same, and I probably won't say much even then.
Okay, well, I'm hoping season 2 is going to be good whenever it does come out, but we will do season 2 once it comes out. Whenever that is. We are still waiting on you, Owl House. Anyway, so do you want me to give my rating first, or do you want to give your rating first?
You go ahead.
Okay, for me, I feel like the show has a lot of potential. I do want to see where they go with it in the next season. I'm hoping they find more of their footing then, but I think it's personally a great show. I give it a 7.5. I think it's a pretty solid show. It is a bit mid-tier, but I feel like it's got potential to be something greater. So that's what I give it. 7.5 is what I give it. What about you? What do you give it?
6 out of 10.
You give it a 6 out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, guys. So that's going to be the end of the podcast. Tune in next time for our next episode. And as always, I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And we're out.